Hey folks, and welcome back to MusicalConman plays The Binding of Afterbirth Plus. We're going to try another random character run here. And our goal is going to be to just not take 6 hours. Not that I don't like playing this game, but maybe a character that does some damage. Ooh, okay, the Lost. Now this is going to be an interesting run. Okay, however long it takes. Our goal is actually just to win with the Lost. So that involves not destroying ourselves on these spikes. That does involve destroying these enemies, so it's gonna be a fun one. We've got Holy Mantle, which we unlocked as a starting item for the Lost, luckily, by donating all that good money to the greed machine. Come on. Alright. That's what I'm talking about. So, let's see what we can get going. These are very interesting times in the United States. As I speak, I just came in from looking at some local news of protests going on in my city, things like that. For various health reasons, I'm not making it out to these ones, but certainly fully in support of the movement for Black Lives and all its various permutations, and wishing good luck to those out there. Other than that, just hanging around my home city, by which I mean the house I am in, and taking it easy. Okay, so we have gotten a lot of bombs on the floor, and now we've gotten Mr. Mega. So our bombs will do more damage. So if we are fighting a tough first floor boss here, especially if we get hit, we can totally use some bombs to speed that up. But yeah, they're very interesting times in the living history of the United States, and if you're able to get out and do something to stand up for, rights, justice, all that good stuff, that's a great thing to do. And if you're not able to get out and do that, there's also a lot of wonderful organizations you can donate to. I'm not likely to pull up a list of them right now because I'm playing a video game, but Minneapolis Freedom Fund is one of many. We don't need to talk too much about this subject tonight because it's actually not something I'm the most specifically knowledgeable about, and I'm not the best source, but, just for the people watching, this is my videos that I make during the course of my day-to-day life, and that's something that's on my mind in my day-to-day life, much like the whole, killer virus thing that's been going around. There's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, Ragman is a spooky enemy. I will totally use bombs to deal with that. It's not about dealing damage to Ragman with the bombs, it's about sending a message that we are so confident we will just throw our resources into a pit. Okay, with his health bar this low and Holy Mantle intact, I'm feeling pretty confident we can take this out. I do, however, really want to scratch my nose. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is suffering. This is Ragman's greatest attack. Oh my. Am I going to fall to Ragman's out-of-game violence? Okay, we got those out. Oh, it did just so bad. So close. Almost there. Okay, deep breaths. But not too deep, because we're focusing on killing this spider. Oh, scratch. I don't know if it was a bit of dust or whatever, or it's just because I knew it wasn't a good time to, but... Oh, that itchy nose, it just gets you. We also had to deal with some bugs in the kitchen around here lately because it's getting towards a warmer part of the year, and that's just a thing that happens that you just have to deal with promptly before it becomes a major problem. So I've been feeling a little extra itchy lately just because I'm a little paranoid about, is that a bug around here? You know how it gets. See, now that I talk about itchy, I just want to scratch all over the place, and I got the, maybe it's just my own hair tickling me or something. Another sacrifice room that we just cannot utilize unless we get 9 lives, or a way to change to a different character. Let's just go ahead and we want to open this Tinted Rock anyway, so let's save ourselves a little time with it. Obviously, we're not going to be able to use those soul hearts, but it could have been bombs or keys, or it could have been the most important payoff, small rock. Could use a bomb to speed things up here, but we're doing just fine, honestly. We're still fighting with the base amount of damage, but the ability to fly and have spectral tears is just really giving us a lot of ability to just approach and hit enemies without worrying too much about our positioning relative to them. Alges, that's a pretty good rune. That's a very good safety rune. Unfortunately, this is a useless item because it will only trigger when its effect will only trigger when we take damage, and since that would be the end of the run, we are hoping this effect will never trigger. We're just going to use the tower card here. If it kills one of them, it has done more than I expected to do. So this Alges rune is great because the next time we take damage and are worried about our safety, we can just press the invincibility button. And we're good for the next 30 seconds. 2 keys, I will go to the shop. If there's anything worth buying, I will. I would have been willing to blow up the donation machine for it, however, we don't have a donation machine, we have a greed machine. These are not good enough, and I'm not going to reroll anymore right now because we don't really have the money to take advantage of it. And I don't want to spend that many bombs looking for a half-price item that we hope we like. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Just sit on the rock and hold the button. We'll be fine. Ugh, my headphone cord dangled against my leg, and I thought that was a bug. We're living in dark bug-related times here. I just don't want bugs. I don't want them. Don't want them in the house where I want to live and do things. Me things, not bug things. So we continue to suffer, but Little Horn ought to be a pretty easy fight, especially with the ability to fly, making us immune to the holes he throws. I'm not too worried about the fire. If we're lucky, he'll even walk into that fire. I'm not quite that lucky. I got a little damage off that fire, I think. But we're just gonna hang out, try and not get hit by bombs. I think this one only throws bombs and never shoots his shadow orb. So it's actually, you know, really only one type of attack to dodge. And it's not a hard one to dodge, especially if you can fly. Ah, thank you, Little Horn. Alright, first Devil Deal. This is where the money is. Yes, these are good items. So this will give us damage up. This will give us damage up. Those are 2 of my favorite things. We're going to pick up Super Bandage even though we can't use it, because if we ever, for some reason, want to use the D4 to reroll, it'll give us an extra item. I can't imagine rerolling Holy Mantle, but look at this tasty damage. You know, there's no reason not to. Oh yes, tasty damage. So that's going to double our damage. It is going to make our tears do much less damage as they get further and further away from us, but that is a secondary concern. Okay, this curse room is a little scary because if we take damage in it, we are vulnerable to the door, but we are safe. 2 of the same pill. Range up and range up. Range up. I believe that is, if I'm not mistaken, also going to, in a very roundabout way, increase our tear damage, because our tear just do less damage as they approach the end of their range, but I think stretching out that range will make them lose damage slower. I don't know, just a theory, but it seems like a decent one. Okay, lots of money. I am ready to go shopping, and this is exactly the sort of run I'm talking about. We got lots of damage, one way or another. It's going to be short. Since we are also the Lost, we are certainly not going to see any more red heart containers. And that is always a blessing. The little trinket we picked up, the Locust of Pestilence, just want to double check the name there, is going to spawn these little green flies for us. They will poison enemies when we hit them. Just a pretty nice little bonus, and since fly damage is based on our tear damage, any sort of fly is great with our beautiful 11.71 damage stat. Fish Head would give us flies whenever we took damage. This has the same problem as Hallowed Ground, which is if we take damage, it's a little late. I do want to go to the shop, especially since we have 2 keys, so we can, you know, even if it's a greed fight, we can still go to the shop and or treasure room on the next floor. Let's test the pills. Gulp, we have eaten our trinket. Pheromones, pretty inconsequential. Question marks, I believe was red and white. Unfortunately, these are not good items that we want to have, but nevertheless, we have increased our devil chance. I don't see any reason to buy that card when there's nothing we want it can give us. Alder's Rune is an amazing thing for us to have. Teleport card is nice too, because it can do the same thing, and it can let us skip boss rush, but we're busy. I will tell you what scares me is every time I go into a boss fight, I usually press spacebar to skip the cutscene and get into the fight faster, because I've seen it many times and I'm ready to go. I do the same thing right here. But I'm always worried about pressing it at the wrong time and just re-rolling Holy Mantle and also all these other good items, and that would be bad. I like our look, but we gotta examine. Not bad. Pretty good. Let's see if we can get some pills. That's the question marks. Not gonna fall for that again. Gulp is good to have. Addicted? Doesn't matter. I'm gonna carry the Alder's Rune with us, but we're gonna hope that we can find 2 trinkets on this floor to come back and use the Gulp thing on, because since we have gulped the Locust of Pestilence, we have those flies just permanently. I would love to open that, but I don't actually want to use my resources to open it. I was debating whether to use my key for the item room or the shop, but that solved it. Power Pill is like Alges, but worse. But we could also... I was thinking if there was a time we'd want to use Power Pill on this floor and then come back for Alges, but I think we're trying to save Alges. We're trying to only use it if our life is in danger, and we're trying to keep our life from being in danger. However, we could use Alges to get a lot of money here. And of course, hopefully something from this demon beggar. Just want to keep an eye on that shield as soon as it starts to fluctuate. Should have also checked the in-game timer. We've already gotten an item out of this, so Alder's Rune has paid out in spades. Shield's flickering. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. There we go. Alright. Get out of there. I'm not even going in for that 1 coin. I know the path to safely get to it, and we're not doing it. Okay. You know what? We're getting that pill and that coin. Alright, that's as much as I want to play that. Let's go back and hold Alges, because we never want to be without our invincibility if we need it. Or wait, sorry, we used Alges. It's Power Pill that we're going back for. It does the same job, which is when we are scared, we press the hold on a second button. Alges is better, but I think Alges got us some very nice usefulness there. Utility. Utilitoire. Yeah, let's go with utilitoire. Let's see if we can get a better active item than the D4, because I would take any active item that doesn't end our run when we press the button, because I'm just worried about pressing the button. I will check out what's on here. I will not fight that for that reward. We are at 12.5 minutes on Caves 2, which is not a super speedy thing. We could be on pace for boss rush, but we'd have to kind of zip it. However, when I said I wanted a faster run, that kind of went out the window as soon as we started playing The Lost. Now I just want a winning run, because it's not necessarily impossible to win as The Lost or whatever, but it just takes a little focus. Magic Mushroom is an amazing item. With 83 gold, I would like to prioritize going to our shop. Yes, please. Ah, thank you very much. So, our damage is at 18.6, and when we stand inside of Succubus, it is at 28 even. That's pretty good. Alright. This is nice. Lets us get more boss choices, so if we would get health, we can reroll it. Another Gulp Pill. would be lovely if we find a place to use it. Do I spend 5 cents for a bomb? You know what? I'm gonna toss a couple in here. Health up. Whatever. PhD plus bottle of pills can at least give us, you know, hopefully some range up, speed up, maybe even a real lucky tears up or something. Let's open that golden chest. Now we got something to do with batteries. Most of these pills that we're seeing so far are going to be useless for us. I will get the power pill, and that is better. I mean, I love bottle of pills. I would have loved to try and make some things happen with it, but Guppy's head. Flies every room that deal double our damage, and our damage is huge. Yeah, sign me up for that one. Okay, managed to dodge that. We will take the good one and not the bad one. Now we've got max speed, and we have got 2 out of the 3 syringes we would require. Head of Krampus is pretty nice. Great way to finish off enemies that are scaring us. Head of Krampus is better against bosses, but Guppy's head helps us get through normal rooms, and is no slouch against bosses either. And right now I prefer something we can use every room. We will take a quick check. Yes. This is COVID-19 safety protocols. Whoa. Oh, it's because we left the room, so Whore of Babylon reapplied, causing us to transform. Normally, I'm a little wary about going into these curse rooms as the Lost, because if we get hit once inside, we die when we try to get out, but Power Pill lets me feel a lot more safe about attempting things like that. Of course, we would like to avoid wasting our Power Pill, but all the same, just having it lets us take risks that won't kill us, just cause us to lose a resource. Of course, we will be fighting the boss at some point, unless we somehow skip the floor. But I think I would prefer to explore some other options before that point. Namely, I'd like to raise our death chance. Broken stopwatch we can't afford. Sometimes it will slow down enemies, but sometimes it will randomly speed them up, and that is a risk I am not willing to take. I don't think we need 2 sack of sacks, so let's see what we can double here. That's not something I'd like to double. It is something I will buy. Not worth doubling. And double Steam Sale. So now if we get restock, we have as many items as we need. This will just eat things and double our fly count. So that seems good. That seems better than Guppy's head, frankly. Because infinite flies is better than some flies. I didn't really mean to play that with money, but I guess it's not like we have any other use for money. Okay, our friends are better. Dull Razor lets us do things that happen when we take damage without taking damage. Did that destroy our Holy Mantle? Weird. Well, either way. Compost is definitely the move. Power Pill is the move. Let's see what's in here. This will re-roll all pickups on the floor. And there's a decent amount of pickups we would like to see re-rolled. So we'll do that. Maximum flies again. Get a couple more bombs. Get another battery charge by accident. Okay, we're going to see the treasure room, and the next 4 will probably just rush for the boss, and if we get a teleport card, I would love to skip boss rush. This way? Nope. Fine, I'll take the key. Where did our mask go? There we go. Safety first. Yeah, I'll do that. With compost and massive flies, we're going to be able to take that out pretty quickly. And there's a chance that golden chest could have given us something we kind of liked. Alright. You can see at this point we can just zoom through. I wanted to play something a little faster, and we have gotten it. This book is not good for us, but it does count as a book. So at some point, when the game is curious whether we have touched a book, the answer will be yes. Yes. We touched the Anarchist Cookbook, which, you know, might be mildly politically relevant to current events, I guess, but given that the Anarchist I don't know if the Anarchist Cookbook item in the game is a reference to a real Anarchist Cookbook that has at some point existed, and since I don't know if it's a reference to a real thing that I might like or dislike, I can't, in good conscience, expound any further on my thoughts. Alright, I'll spend a bunch of keys to get some keys. Good. This is basic economics. You spend the keys to get the keys, to get the keys to spend the keys. You may notice that basic economics seems an awful lot like a pyramid scheme. I can't imagine why that would feel like the case. But, 2 stone chests is worth fighting for. Rune bag is a treat and a half. I guess we could have taken Super Ball there, but it's not an exciting trinket. Cheers Up, we super love to have. So we know that a Cheers Up pill is on our rotation, which means we're going to go back and blow up the appearance machine. Flies, serve me. Thank you. Because now that we know we want those little blue pills, Telepills is good. Gulp is nice here, I can see forever. But of course, Power Pill is the safest option to stay with. Telepills might actually do the same thing as Power Pill, but better. And you know what? It does let us skip Boss Rush, so let's go ahead and grab that Telepills and get to the boss. Sorry, I hesitated there. I want to see if this is the boss. It is not? Okay. And it's not anything we care about. Sorry, Key. You're not the boss of me. That curse room could be interesting, but we will... If we want to go to it, we can go to it after the boss. I think the boss will be south, but it's further from the starting room. Too slow. And very fast, thank you. Speed up, speed up. Couple seconds. Can we beat a boss in like 5 seconds? Yeah, I think so. See, no trouble. We could go north or south. Unfortunately, we are going to have to choose between the Devil Room and the Boss Rush, and I have chosen this. Between Rib and Teleport Out. We've got pretty good odds of being able to fight the Boss Rush, but we fought the Boss Rush last time, and I'm not feeling it. We're going in here without Power Pill, because we are such rebels, with such little regard for the sanctity of human life. Okay. We know where the super secret room is, so we might as well pay it a quick visit. And of course, we are interested in checking... Oh my goodness, that was a low, deep-throated growl on that gurgling there. Well, that gives us a chance to avoid taking damage sometimes. Sometimes when we would take damage, there's a random chance that we don't. And that's a pretty nice thing to have. Oops. Wow, I got really close to those a couple times. But nothing bad happened. Let's blow this up. The Devil Room may disappear when we go back, but it's got a 45% chance to still be there. And I would love for that 45% chance to come true. Okay, here's what we're talking about. Here's what we're talking about. That good reroll machine. So now Car Battery is going to have our things double twice. Black Candle is going to remove the darkness from the room. I guess we could be buying all these keys and stuff, but I can't really be bothered. Placebo could be really good. If we can find another Tears Up pill, we can spam that a few times. So we will buy all the pills just in case. Telepills. You know, if we have Telepills and Placebo, we can almost certainly get out of any bad situation. I think I would kind of prefer to just kill all the enemies with flies rather than play it safe and be able to escape them, but it's good to remember we have that option if we want to take that out of the floor instead. Give me a good pill. We have a Yes Mother transformation. I can see forever. I mean, I would love to get Tears Up or Range Up and just spam that to give us a boost to our stats, but I find it hard to imagine either of those is going to increase our damage more than just generating lots of flies. Also, this is cool. Effective? No. Cool? Yeah. Satan doesn't want to talk to us. I would rather have gone to see Satan than the boss rush wards we actually saw, but, you know, I just didn't move quick enough, and I had to pick one. I think the boss is probably off to the right, but I'm not sure which room. In this one, we can just check really quick if it's this way, so we'll do that. Alright, and that was our run with the Lost in the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. I ran into a bullet, and then I ran into a poop and died. And let this be a lesson to you about the dangers of overconfidence. Bye.